All right, so my first year in real estate has come to a close, and I want to go through my now 4-property portfolio and break down with you all the speculated growth just in terms of the value change. Now, by the end of this video, I'm gonna explain exactly what type of investments I was making, because the real estate that I was doing, it was a little bit of a different focus than what some of my friends are doing, than what other people typically might be doing, just in terms of cash flow. So I wanna explain the types of properties that I bought and why, and it actually turns out that I was very much so correct with my strategy, which some people disagreed with when I was getting started. So I have not made many real estate videos here on the channel, but it keeps getting highly requested. So here you go. If you want some more real estate content, make sure to smash a like down below. Let me first explain my portfolio and the location. So almost 2 years ago, I moved from California to Arizona for a few simple reasons. The two largest of those being taxes and real estate. I wanted to get into the real estate market. Now, I lived in Arizona for about a year before I decided to purchase anything. I wanted to live in multiple spots in Arizona. I wanted to understand the neighborhoods, the schools, the development projects going on. I wanted to know, and I believe this is important, I wanted to know what was in my own backyard. I wanted to understand the locations, the good neighborhoods, the bad neighborhoods, the up and coming areas. And so when it came time for me to actually start looking for a deal, and keep in mind, in this whole time I was just banking cash. I was just putting it aside for the purpose of making real estate investments, all right? That, and I was buying cars. But regardless, I ended up picking up 3 properties in 3 months. And this was a super quick intro for me, because I bought my first property in, it's almost a year to today, it's actually a little bit more. I bought the first house about 3 weeks later. I bought my duplex, which was almost a year ago to today. And then a month and a half from now, so like 11 months ago, I purchased another single family home. Now, my most recent purchase is the home I'm sitting in right now, which was $890,000. It is a personal home for myself. It is by far my most expensive property, and I will be covering the purpose of this purchase and the growth of the actual property value just inside of this video. So you're gonna get that entire perspective. First, I'm gonna just kind of outline this. I'm gonna be throwing up pictures, screenshots of examples, and the actual property so you can see what we're doing. I wanna start with just going in chronological order. So the single first property that I bought was a single family home. Now, this house was interesting. I knew that it would not make me cash flow, right? All these properties, by the way, except for the one I'm living in, are rented out. So I knew it wouldn't make me cash flow, but as long as I break even, I don't care, because personally, I don't need the income from my properties at all. And in fact, on this property, I knew that when you factored in, maybe a month vacancy just in terms of turning it, getting the unit clean or the house clean, which might be $400 or $500, doing any touch-ups, I'll probably lose a little bit of money. But the reason I decided to buy this property, and the reason it's losing money is because I put less down. It was my first property. The reason that I wanted to buy this property was purely based on location. It was in one of the 2 hottest neighborhoods in the entire area. It's a community in Gilbert. I'm not gonna say where, just for multiple reasons, but that property is in a massive community. I think there's thousands of homes. Now, one downside to that place is the HOA is absolutely ridiculous. I think I'm paying $112 a month. They just raised it from $105. So that property, my mortgage, it's actually about to be refinanced, so it'll be even better with all these crazy rates, is about $2,050. Now the rent from that property is $2,200, which is a slightly lower rent than I believe I could have got, but I wanted to get it rented out quick, and we just pushed to get it filled. So with that price right there, you factor in the HOA and then like the little tax and okay, $40 to take care of the yard. It's a really small yard. I'll put up a picture of the home. Well, I'm breaking even. So it's not really that much of a problem. I also have a property management fee of $85 for the home, so they take care of anything that happens. So I'm actually probably losing $50 or $60. I have all the exact numbers in a spreadsheet, losing a very, very slight amount of money. But the reason, and again, I knew that going in, the reason I purchased it was because it was in such a hot area, and I knew that the values in that neighborhood were already going up, and certain pockets of the neighborhood were getting inflated hugely. So fast forward, this house, by the way, I paid $405,000 for. The Zestimate, again, this is all speculated, the estimate that Zillow is putting on the home is $450,000. I went and looked at multiple comps in the area on the same street even, based on the homes. They're all pretty much the same size, very similar, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage. There's homes that are selling for 440, there's homes that have sold for 440, 450, there's homes being listed in the 460s. So I think that estimate of right around 450 is spot on. So that right there is about a $45,000 gain when it comes to the value of the property. And again, I have no intentions of selling any of these properties anytime soon. So again, 45,000 in 1 year. That's 10% just in terms of the growth. Now here's the thing. This was my first property. I decided to put 5% down. I wanted to get one property with a low, I wanted to get as much experience as possible. So I want to do one with only 5% down and kind of see how that one went and then do some with more. So I'm just going to kind of run you through these deals. So that right there, in terms of cash on cash, right? And this isn't cash because I'm not getting the value of the home, but I put $26,000 down. That's it. And now the home in the first 12 months has gone up over $40,000 in value, right? So I have over doubled my money. Now if I go to sell the home, there's gonna be closing costs and such, but that's the speculated value. Now I'm just gonna kind of fly through these other ones. The second home that I purchased, I will put up a screenshot of this, a picture of the home. This one I purchased for $390,000. The great thing about this house, it's basically brand new. The home is like 6 years old. It's again in an up and coming neighborhood. I wanted to focus on locations, having a really good location for these first couple of properties. Purchased it for $390,000. Zestimate right now is $418,000, which I actually think is a little bit low. I think I could probably get in the 430, 435 range right now for this property. I do believe it will be worth over $500,000 in probably the next 2 years or less. That's just based on what homes are already selling for in this current neighborhood, as well as the surrounding like 1 mile radius with equal neighborhoods, right? They're not nicer, they're not gated. It's just the same rental comps and the same comps of homes that are selling. So that's that property. Mortgage on that is about $1,810 if I remember correctly, and it's rented for $2,350. So just fine on that one. And again, this cash flow kind of, you know, the profit off that one just counteracts the small $80 loss on the other one. Again, the cash flow is not my concern. And then the third property, now this was actually the second one that I bought. That other home that I bought for $390,000 was the third one that I bought in January of 2020. Now this duplex, which was the second property I purchased, has a few numbers that we have to work around. Now I purchased it for $375,000. Zestimate is saying that it's worth $416,000. Based on what's in the neighborhood, I think I could actually get more. It's a duplex, right? 2 units. Each side is 2 bed, 1 bath, 930 square feet. The direct property next door and across the street are also duplexes with pretty much the same comps, and they've sold for 430s. So I don't think that I'd have a problem getting more. Now, what they can't value inside of here is what I'm personally doing right now to the property. So as I sit here right now and explain this video to you, that property is getting renovated. One side, the west side of the duplex, is getting a renovation because I had a vacancy. So someone moved out, they paid a lease break fee of 2 months, and now I have a 60-day buffer, as I've discussed in one YouTube video I recently made, talking about the renovations. Well, I'm gonna be able to bump the rents by over 15% on that side, and as soon as the other side's vacant, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I think this property will pretty easily be worth $470 to $500 as soon as I'm done with what I'm doing, just based on the total rental increase of about 30%, which would be phenomenal, right? So that property right now, my mortgage is $1,770 a month. It currently brings in $2,400 a month. I'm gonna be bringing it up to the point where it brings in about $2,900 a month. So that's fine, and that $1,770 is before I refinance. That mortgage is gonna drop to probably the low 1500s. So super excited for that. The cash flow is just fine, just dandy, and the property is something I don't think I'll ever sell because it's in such a good location. It's in Tempe, right next to ASU, which if you try to go look for duplexes for sale, good luck. There's maybe one, and it's overpriced. So it's a very competitive market out here, which is why it was hard in the first place to find the deals. And now it's even harder. I'm trying to buy more deals right now, and I'm having to look further and further out of the area I want to be in. And I'm actually considering going to other states as well for the purpose of testing out those markets. So this perspective gain, again, I bought it for $375,000. I had to do $4,200 in renovations day one. So I was really in it about $380,000. They're speculating $416,000 in value. Again, I think it's more, but we'll go with that number. That right there is about a, whatever it is, almost $40,000 gain, okay? So now let's touch real quick on my personal home. And again, this is all speculated. Anyone could debate this. I'm just going based off not only what Zillow says, Zillow's not entirely accurate, but I spoke with my realtor as well. He's like, oh, look at this. And we went through all the comps in the area of what has actually sold. Not what's listed, what has sold, not just in a mile radius, but on the same street. So I'm very confident in these numbers. And again, no intention of selling. Now, this house that I'm sitting in right now is in one of, I think, either the number 1 or number 2 neighborhood in the city that it's in. Huge gated community with about 170 homes. It's kind of like the prestigious like school family community, so probably not the best place for me and all my loud cars to live, but regardless, it's a very desirable area. So I might eventually rent out the home whenever I move out, because I don't really like to sell anything. I don't want to. I want to kind of ride it for the appreciation. The reason I bought this home, it's super large, and it's a 6-bedroom plus this office room that I'm in, which you could convert into a bedroom. 6-bedroom, 5-bath, 6,100 square feet on almost an acre in, again, a very good area. It's kind of a recurring theme. I focus on the location. So this property I purchased for $890,000. I personally believe that if I wanted to sell it right now, I could get probably $950,000 for it. And this is only 4 months. I got a great deal for it because the guy needed to sell it very quickly. But I'm gonna hold it for a couple years. My plan with it, I've talked about the renovation plans. I think I can probably sell this for about $1.2 million in 3 to 5 years. So that's the plan. Now, in the meantime, I don't want to be too far out of pocket while owning this. So I have one friend that lives with me, and his rent covers basically half the mortgage. And half the mortgage is interest, which I can also write off. So my payment is going towards principal and maybe a super small amount of interest, and then everything else is split, utilities and yard care, the pool maintenance. So it's actually a very economically wise purchase in terms of living here, because if I didn't live here, I would have rental cost of living somewhere else, which is very expensive. I was normally spending about $4,000 a month on rent over the past 3 years. So it's actually so much smarter to live here and do that, not even factoring in the potential appreciation. So again, this property I'm in was $890,000, and the total Zestimate on that is $931,000. So that right there would be about a $41,000 gain, which brings our total, just kind of adding it up based on the Zestimates and what I'm in the property for, of $147,000 roughly in the first 12 months. 13 months. That's not including the cash flow I've made or the equity pay down, which, not even including this property, is on average about $2,200 a month between my other 3 properties. So every year I'm also getting at least $25,000 to $29,000 a year worth of equity just being paid by someone who's living there and renting it. So it's a free home plus all the equity plus a little bit of cash flow plus all the appreciation, which has been great. Now my camera battery is dead. Hang on. All right, we're just gonna finish this video off on my phone because the camera's dead, but regardless, so one thing I wanna just kind of point out in this video is everybody has something that's gonna work for them, and it's probably gonna be a little different. So I purposefully bought those 3 properties back to back to back really quick because I wanted to throw myself into multiple situations. I really focused on location. I think that's always gonna be something that's big for me, but I'm starting to find out what works for me. Now I'm doing some renovation projects. I'm looking to purchase either a home that is gutted and needs complete renovation for a great deal, and or still looking for a commercial loan deal on a 5+ unit multifamily property. So hoping to find a deal. First of all, I got to identify the deal in this market and then purchase it. But I'm just trying to get my feet wet with multiple types of real estate so that I can learn. And I feel like the only real way to learn real estate is to just jump right in. And you know, I spent years studying, saying, oh, I'm gonna invest into real estate. Let me save a couple $100,000 more. Let me do this and that. But at the end of the day, it was just doing it that really got me into it, because now I feel like I'm hooked. You know, this is kind of a drug. And so you factor in just from the growth on the appreciation, which again is all speculative, the 147,000 plus the 25,000 at least in equity gain from principal pay down from just the tenants, plus the equity pay down over the last few months mortgage on my personal home, another $5,000 to $8,000. Well, I think that this is easily probably about $170,000 in my first year in real estate. Not that I'm touching in cash, but again, my goal here wasn't to create cash flow right now. My focus here is to grow my net worth, because it's going to be easier to take net worth and all these properties that grow in terms of value, take net worth and spin it into cash flow. I think it's easier to do that versus take cash flow and spin it into net worth. So since I run companies, and this is just my personal situation, with my companies, that's my income, that's what I live off of, and that's also the money I get for my investments, that's what I use it for. I don't need the cash flow because I don't need to live off the money that my property makes me, and I feel like that's an advantage. So I just, kind of tailored my investment strategy to that. And again, it was all purposefully a test that was calculated, but nonetheless, it was a test to see if it would work, and was just overall the goal was for me to learn. So it's been super exciting. If you guys want to see some more real estate content, make sure to drop a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or there's any specific videos you want to see, leave it in the comment section. And if you're in Arizona, if you're a realtor, a broker, an investor, or a flipper, or anything in the real estate market, I'm always a buyer. I would love to at least take a look at a deal, any sort of off-market deal, and I wouldn't be opposed to looking in different locations as well. So would love to connect with you guys. Would love for you to stay here on this channel and watch some other videos. I have a couple real estate videos. I definitely plan on making more of those. So make sure to stick around, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.